Got it.
Got it.
Got it.
Morning.
I hope so.
Keith, might have to leave early. Central heating's packed in.
Oh dear.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, good time for that.
Yeah, it's about right.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a power cut, is it?
No, I
Right.
don't think so. No, everything else is on.
All right, okay.
Thank you, love.
And I'm afraid you're not the only one. We're going to a few.
Oh
So-
dear.
When the second half starts up, I'll put Ian back in charge if that's okay with Ian.
Fine by me. It's the others that might complain.
Good open, Fiore.
Oh, choice.
I can't remember the last time you did the full session, Keith.
No, it's a long time, isn't it?
It's only 2 weeks.
Can you send an hologram next time?
Did you?
Yeah.
Did he
I'm
get paid?
really sorry, but it's someone who Sue used to work with a long time ago, and we knew him well at the time, and unfortunately he's died. So we feel
All right.
Time of life, isn't it? Yeah. Time of life. Have you got my email, Keith? Because I've got to leave. I've just emailed you saying I'll have to leave at half time as well because I've got tradesmen coming at about 11. So
yeah, is that what they told you?
Yeah.
So it should be about 3 o'clock then.
So wait till they arrive.
So Dave the Beard's not with us this week because he told us last week that his son was coming out of hospital.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. When they came for him to come out, they were concerned about an infection or a potential infection, so he had to stop him. So that was the bad news part of it. The good news is that, again, he's meant to be coming out today. So,
Okay.
fingers crossed. Yeah.
So who's doing news of the week then?
I am. But Dave's done it for me.
Oh,
very good. Very good.
So you've got to finish it in the first half then?
Yes.
That's the target.
Yeah.
Never been done
So-
before.
I know.
Better all go on mute, haven't we?
The only way you're going to do that is put everybody. on.
Yeah, we
No,
don't
no,
want any
no,
more
no.
of this 13 or 14 minute stoppage time either.
No, we don't. No.
Was that the Hillsborough stoppage time or the other match?
Ready.
No,
Yeah.
you're ready.
only 10 minutes at Hillsborough.
Only 10 minutes at Hillsborough, yeah. It was a good contest, wasn't it? Good fight.
Very good. Very good.
Very good.
contest.
Yeah, good fight.
As we have done so many times, we wasted. We had 18 shots to their 6 and 8 on target to their 2. They scored both their 2, which Patterson played left back because we've got an entire back 4 in the moment. And Patterson played left back and played brilliantly, but he headed an own goal and gave away an unnecessary free kick that led to their goal. What do you think, Dave?
A fantastic free kick. Brilliant. Brilliant free kick.
Superb free kick. Yeah.
I thought your keeper should have saved it.
I
No,
thought he
don't
moved
think
to his
any-
left slightly as the kick was taken, then moved to
Yes,
his right
he
too
did.
late. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not many keepers would have saved that.
I'd have saved it.
Alison would have.
Ron Springett would have. Ron Springett would have caught it.
Okay, so
I thought we
the
were
other
going to have
news,
to ask Jonathan to get his violin out then when we were talking about your back 4.
Yes.
yes, Peter, shall we postpone Peter till next week then? Because
Yeah.
we weren't
That's fine. Yeah.
we'll go Peter next week.
Yeah.
So, right. The other news I've got is of put big ball, but again, it's no change. So, but we may be able to go and see him.
Well, that'd be good.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
But you never know if
I'll
things.
book a 17-seater coach for it. Huh?
Hang on for the restrictions.
Whoever
Yeah.
does go,
Yeah.
you've got to have a test. You've got to have done yourself a
11 plus.
yeah, 11 plus. Yeah.
I swam a length. That was a test.
Yeah.
Was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you have that fellow with the hoop and the net in front of you, just in case you went under?
Yeah.
I never had swimming lessons other than brother pushing me in and saying swim.
Man from Atlantis.
Dead easy once you get out of the sack, isn't it, Keith?
That was at City Road swimming baths.
Well, Mr.
Park,
Parker at
Park.
Particularly swimming baths was supposed to be a teacher, and that was his approach. He'd walk along and push you in and say swim, and he was supposed to be a swimming teacher.
We had our own baths, didn't we, Dave?
Yes, what thought?
At
Baths,
our school, there were instructions you not to be in the swimming bath for longer than 10 minutes, which was a bit of a showstopper for the annual swimming competition. But it was an outdoor pool, and all the ducks from Sefton Park, you know Sefton Park, Peter, and the frogs and the newts, they taught me to swim. Get out of the way, get out of the way.
Right. Okay. John, have you got
I've just
any-
been swimming this morning.
Oh,
No, I've talked to a lot of the lads this week, but there's nothing significant happening except Ed's home, the residential home, is still under quarantine. So we've got COVID again for about the fourth time. So
yeah.
Ed will not be coming across to the meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Cheryl had done a nice drawing of Tricia for her retirement, which I gave her last Wednesday. And of course, so Tricia's gone now. Retired.
Yeah.
Years, under sporty memories.
Yeah.
Of course, this week, the 4th, it's Paul the Biscuit's birthday.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you remember these things, Paul?
Yeah.
Weren't you there?
I can't
Weren't you
believe
there
it
when
was
it
always you.
happened?
Yeah.
What's the birthday?
You first told, when I first met you, I think you told me you were 63, and as far as I'm concerned, you've remained 63 ever since.
That sounds all right
Yeah.
to me.
You've not grown a day older.
No.
Well, his hips are younger, of course, much
Oh,
younger.
of course they are. Yeah, brand new. You make me
They're
feel that way.
Yeah.
barely adolescent.
His hips are only 2.
Yeah.
And
No,
the
they don't.
terrible twos when they start getting out on top of the
No, they fall.
mantelpiece.
They fall.
Oh, blimey.
Only 4.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
Right.
So,
When do you start
Well,
your
let's get
concerts,
cracking.
Paul?
Time flies.
When do you start your
What-
concerts, Paul?
What kind of what
Your bands,
with the band?
you
You mean? Saturday.
Saturday.
very good.
Good for you.
Okay.
Keep
Right,
going.
let's get cracking with the news to give me a chance of finishing it. The first news is some sad news, particularly for Jonathan.
Yeah.
The news that John Sillett, Coventry City's winning manager, cup winning manager, has passed away.
Oh dear.
Was it this morning or yesterday or?
It was overnight, I think. He'd been
Oh,
poorly for some time, but it's very sad for obvious reasons. And
Yeah,
Coventry's cup win went beyond simply winning a football match or winning a great cup final. It was what it did for the morale of the city at a particular time of economic decline again. And it really did sort of galvanize a population. And he had just the right personality for the right at the right moment, for as sometimes happens in football. And he really had an embracing ability to get the best out of players who, one or two of whom were not the sort of best fitted players for their role, but they had a personality that he drew out, and an ability to play as a team that was very special. And so he is greatly loved, and respected. And so, yes, it's a very sad moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very sad.
I think that cup win gave fans from all clubs a lot of they could win something.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right.
It was a popular win.
That, Jonathan. Yeah, very. That was great.
Right. Okay. The first of so we're now on with Dave's news of the week.
News of the week. News of the week.
News of the week. So he starts off with another passing, unfortunately, of Sir Frank Williams, who died at 79. Obviously founded Williams Racing, and he ran a team F1 in 1969 and took Williams Engineering in 77, before launching into 2 decades of success. Quadriplegic after breaking his neck in a car crash in 86. Once he had come through months of recovery, he launched himself back into F1, and he went on to his greatest achievements. His team won 7 drivers' titles and 9 constructors' titles. But in recent years, he'd fallen to the back of the grid, and after racking up losses of 13 million in 2019, it was sold to an investment group in August 2020, and the family stepped aside. So, but with Frank Williams, his name will
forever.
There's still Williams cars, aren't there?
Oldest living tetraplegic, apparently.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Right, so we move on to tennis. Great Britain, without a Murray in the team for the first time in over 8 years, beat France 2-1, and then Czech Republic 2-1 to reach the quarterfinals of the Davis Cup, where they will face Germany. That's pretty good. I didn't see any of it. Did anyone see any of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Chris.
Yeah, the first day I saw the on the big France.
Who played for
Corrie, Norrie rather, and
Cameron Norrie and Dan Evans?
Dan Evans lost his singles game
in the second match.
Yeah, who was ranked something like 130 places below him, but the guy who I've never seen before was utterly brilliant. And Dan Evans just walked off. He was 5-2 up in the deciding set and lost. And he just walked off, and he was just shaking his head at himself and sort of saying, how on earth did that guy beat me? But
yeah,
it was a tremendous match, and it's been good value. And Joe Salisbury, who's 3rd in the world doubles player, he pulled off a brilliant victory to win 2-1 in the final game. So it was very good entertainment. Very good entertainment. Good standard. Good. Great.
Right, on to judo. Judo, Great Britain claimed 7 medals at the Abu Dhabi Grand Slam, with Emma Reid winning and climbing to world number 35. So I didn't see any
Debbie Reynolds song that.
Yeah. Netball, England beat Jamaica 55-45 in the first of a 3-test series. And I think Jamaica, if I remember right, Jamaica are one of the top teams in.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. I had to pull the captain off England to win.
Embarrassing.
A bad game.
Right, crikey. So, and then we move on to football. Last week was match 5 of the group stage of the Champions League, and all 4 English clubs qualify for the last 16. Man City, Man United, and Liverpool all won their groups, and Man City beat PSG to win theirs.
Yeah. Did you all enjoy the game, Paul?
He thought it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah.
Trouble is, I'd been spoilt by watching Wednesday beat MK Dons the night before. So there wasn't the tension or the excitement. Yeah.
But so I did as well. Yeah. I mean, I just watched the second half of the Man City game. I thought the standard of football was unbelievable.
The passing was tremendous.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
The quality.
It was slightly better than at Bramall Lane and Hillsborough.
Slightly. Well, I don't know. It's debatable. Different style. Different style.
Yeah. What I'd like to see was at PSG.
You mean they
we're
could
almost
actually
as bad as
play
we
football,
are at passing out from the back?
Yeah.
Manchester City had got them penned in the penalty area when they tried this passing out from the back, with two full backs on the edge of the 6-yard box. And what on earth are you doing?
They got away with it. They got away with it every time. They were able to pass it out from the 6-yard box.
Yeah. Chelsea handed Juventus their heaviest ever defeat in the Champions League by winning 4-0. But Chelsea must still win their last game at Zenit St. Petersburg to win the group, even though they're through. In the Europa League, West Ham reached the last 16 after winning at Rapid Vienna. Leicester must get a result in their last group game at Napoli. In the Conference League, Spurs were humbled by the lowest ranked team in the competition, NS Mura of Slovenia, losing 2-1.
Oh, dear God.
Friends in their last group game to be assured of qualification. Did anybody see anything of the Tottenham game?
No.
What's the capacity of NS Mura's stadium?
14,000.
No,
5,000.
5,300.
no, something like 3,200.
God.
Unbelievable.
Oh, you can understand Spurs not playing well there, can't you?
See Juventus.
Same atmosphere.
In trouble, aren't they?
Juventus are in trouble. Why?
Financial irregularities. They've got some of their officials in court. They're likely to go to prison.
Wow.
They've been overvaluing players to enable their accounts to look better than they are.
Yeah.
Criminal offences, apparently.
That's Juventus, is it, Paul?
To be Ronaldo. Or it was to do with buying Ronaldo that was the problem.
Wow.
There's bent buggers everywhere.
Well, that was Derby.
Juventus have been bent for decades, haven't they?
Yeah. Somebody's just said that was the trouble with Derby. They overvalued.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, didn't they?
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm thinking of Juventus robbing Derby in the semi-final in the 70s.
Oh, yeah.
They bribed the ref, didn't they?
Yeah.
You've been relegated for corruption before Juventus, haven't they?
Yeah.
It's unheard of in Italian football, isn't it?
Right. Premier League.
Sorry, guys. Excuse me.
Doorbell.
So the top wins for Arsenal, Villa, Leicester, Brentford, Man City, Liverpool. Liverpool, in beating Southampton 4-0, have scored 2 or more goals in their last 17 consecutive games in all competitions.
Thank you.
And their Premier League goals are averaging 3 a game.
Right.
39 in 13 games.
Becoming.
Salah should have won the Ballon d'Or.
Not yet.
Yeah.
A year too early.
Lewandowski.
Yeah, one of those two. I mean, you know how much I love Lionel, but I think he was fortunate to win it this time.
But on Mo Salah, John, on Mo Salah, last season he did a McManaman. He used to run down blind alleys. There was a lot of possession lost through Salah. So I don't think he's there yet. He's had a very good start to this season, but he's got to show some consistency to be taking on the Ballon d'Or, despite all the wonderful goals he's scored. You know, I don't think he was 7th, which is where they placed him. But currently, he's probably one of the best players in the world. But he's not over a season yet.
Yeah, I agree about Lewandowski, Keith. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Messi did win it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
On the news this morning.
7th time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's kicking the cat and anything he can find.
Yeah. Although
he's being found out now, isn't he? Because teams are now adopting the high press, and they've got to do it in unison, as it were. He doesn't know how to do it, and he doesn't want to do it, so they won't pick him, will they?
Yep.
Probably not. No. We might. Will you have him at Hillsborough, John?
I'd have him, but I'd shout at him. Yeah.
Anyway, just going back to this record of Liverpool, two or more goals in 17 consecutive games, and they are the second ever English top flight club to achieve this. Who was the first?
Arsenal.
No.
Liverpool.
Sheffield United.
It's not. No, it's not. But it's not someone that you would immediately think of.
Stanley.
Preston.
No.
Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Wolverhampton Wanderers in the 50s.
No, it was in 1927.
Corinthians.
Wednesday.
Cardiff City.
Wednesday.
No, it was Sunderland.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, they used to play football, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they're now in the pub league with Wednesday.
Yeah.
What's fun for Wednesday?
So in the obviously in the championship, there were Coventry came back from 2 down at Bournemouth to claim a point, which I thought was a magnificent effort.
Yeah, 6 minutes of injury time. Yeah.
Yeah. And United obviously won at Reading and won again at the weekend. So maybe things are on the up. But Rotherham and Wigan lead the first division on 38 points, and Forest Green 6 points clear of second place Northampton in the in Division League 2.
So Wednesday, 7 points out of 9 in a week.
Yes, sorry, I'm coming back to that later on in the local.
I'll let you off. But you just thought you'd mention United now and then in the local,
Fair enough, isn't it?
Fair enough. They're in a high league, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the time being.
Don't shoot
Sue's laughing at you, John.
Oh, I do like these little rivalries.
Yeah.
Very little.
In the
There's
National
nothing
League,
little about that rivalry.
in the National League,
can you be strangled?
Chesterfield.
Carry on, Keith.
Yeah, Chesterfield stayed top of the National League. In the Club World Cup, Chelsea will face Al Hilal, Al Jazeera, or Auckland City in their semi-final.
Auckland City, blimey. Auckland City.
Yeah. From what I understand, something like Al Hilal will play Auckland City in the first, and the winners then play Al Jazeera, and the winners then play Chelsea in the semi-finals.
I thought that was a television station.
So how many teams are in this competition?
Is Mickey playing?
Well, you know, you were complaining about San Marino being in the World Cup against England. I mean, isn't this just as Barney?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just another money maker for FIFA.
All together now.
In in the other semi-final, in the other half of the draw, I don't think there's as many teams in it, so Christ knows how they worked it out. Anyway,
That's all.
Bizarre.
All sounds
Rugby
fair
Union.
and square, doesn't it?
in the Gallagher
Just a
Premiership.
second, Keith. What about Boreham
Yeah.
Wood? What about Boreham?
Yeah.
Game off. Game off.
Boreham Wood's game at Grimsby was postponed.
Thank you.
I think the
Yeah.
tide had come in at Cleethorpes.
It was pretty cool at Cleethorpes, I'll tell you.
It's the coldest I've been at a match for years on Saturday. I was shivering.
Yeah.
You've got a cold now. Is that a consequence of it?
Yeah.
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 It's not actually. I'd already got cold when I was at Main Road. Yeah. At Main Road.
I mean, on Sunday at Bramall Lane, I have to for half an hour after the press conferences to kick everybody else out to the press room, and the last guy out was the Bristol media manager. So he says, "I'll give you a lift back to your car," because our cars are parked a bit of a walk away. So got in his car, but I finished up having to give him a push because he was stuck on in the car park.
Oh no, Keith.
It was.
Where do you park your car, Keith?
eh?
Why don't you get a proper parking space? Where do you park yours?
I do, but it's in St Mary's Church.
Yeah.
All right. Right.
So,
And somebody lock the doors.
yeah. Yes.
Keith, what do you know why the game was 12:30 on Sunday?
Yeah, police. And
What? They couldn't handle the two Sheffield clubs at home on a Saturday.
yes,
But why were the two clubs at home on a Saturday?
because the FA, the fixtures grid had done it.
I think that's second
So-
time it's happened this season, and I've never known it happen before.
Massive
It's the-
administrative cock-up, basically.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yeah?
It's been happening for years now.
Oh, right.
Quite why? Even when they were both in the same division, occasionally they still had on the same weekend. It's bizarre.
Well, they should apologise to Bristol, basically. I think it was disgraceful.
Yeah, it's terrible
Yeah.
for the Bristol fan. I mean, there weren't
Disgraceful.
that
They
many
don't care
turn-
about fans, though, do they, in the travel?
No.
No, that's not true.
No. So,
Thank you.
right. Rugby Union, Exeter Chiefs won at Bath. Northampton got back to winning ways at Bristol. It was a surprise win for London Irish as they beat second placed Harlequins, and Saracens took advantage to move into second by beating Sale and cut Leicester Tigers' lead to just 6 points. The Newcastle-Worcester game ended 24 points each. World Rugby has approved a major amendment to eligibility rules that will permit players to switch which national team they represent from January next year. Blimey. Players will meet transfer qualification criteria by standing down from Test rugby for 3 years and must either be born in the country they wish to represent or have a parent or grandparent born there. A player can only change union once, with each case subject to ratification. After the 1st of January, any player meeting the criteria can make a transfer application.
There'll be a few going from New Zealand to play in all
Pacific
the
Islands.
Pacific Islanders.
Yeah.
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 You finish your calisthenics, Paul?
So, racing 33 to 1 shot, Cloudy Glen, trained by Venetia Williams, and with jockey Charlie
Williams.
Won the big race at Newbury on Saturday. The champion hurdler, oh God knows, was put to 10 to 1 to regain her crown at Cheltenham after a thrilling dead heat with Not So Sleepy in the fighting fifth hurdle at Newcastle. Snooker. What?
Hey.
Snooker. Come on.
Judd Trump.
Sour grapes. No. Former world champion Sean Murphy complaining that amateurs shouldn't be allowed to compete in professional tournaments after losing 6-5 to his amateur opponent, something or other.
Yeah.
Jai-Ho. He has since apologised for what he said after just losing to the amateur, though he did stand by the point of view. Sean may be able to find some comfort in his main hobby, golf. He plays to a high standard and in 2019 managed to edge out several struggling pros to book a spot in the qualifiers for the Open as an amateur. So,
Another one opens the mouth.
But I think there was at least one other player lost to top player lost to an amateur as well.
Yeah, well, if the amateurs have come from China, there's every chance they're going to beat you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm watching some of it. I didn't recognise some of the guys. I mean, there was one guy who won. I forget who he beat. But if you've been watching Coronation Street recently, they've got this like homeless man, and the guy looked like this homeless man.
Maybe
Jenny says it's Stu. Somebody's called Stu.
Right.
Want Jenny to come on and do your 15 minutes on Corrie. Yeah.
Right. Rugby league.
Yeah. He's a big lad. He's from Wigan.
Super League will be shown live on free-to-air television for the first time in 2022. After agreeing a 2-year deal with Channel 4, showing 10 matches a year, starting with Leeds Rhinos against Warrington on Saturday, February the 12th. Sky will continue to show 66 matches a season, including the Magic Weekend and the Grand Final, and a first pick
weekend
rounds as well as the playoffs. Okay, so we're rattling away here.
You're doing a grand job, Keith. It's intelligible.
Yeah. We're now on to local sport. In the championship, there was a midweek win for the Blades at Reading, but obviously overshadowed by John Fleck's collapse.
What's the latest on him, Keith?
Nobody's saying anything.
He was at the match, Keith, wasn't he, on Sunday?
Yeah, but still nobody's saying anything. I mean, one of the guys who goes with us, his son lives in Reading and was sat in the crowd very close to where it happened. He sent a text to us straight away saying it looks like he's having a massive epileptic fit. And some of the pictures on the TV seem to suggest that that was the case as well, because his legs were shaking like.
You know, I believe a statement's been issued, Keith, is that right? That it has absolutely nothing to do with COVID in any way whatsoever, despite the amazing amateurish statements on television by people unqualified to do so. I find that quite disrespectful to John Fleck and other people who are trying to just do their job. And anyway, they've distanced it away from such nonsense.
How is he now?
Well, he was at the match on Sunday, wasn't he, in the crowd, Keith?
He was at the match, but if it is what it might possibly be, then it will be a while before he plays again. Until
not necessarily. They can control epilepsy.
Yes, they can.
Quite quickly.
You'll just need anticonvulsant drugs,
You-
and
you-
that'll be all right.
You might not
Yeah.
get insurance.
That's true.
No, it will, Chris.
Good, good.
Chris,
good.
It will,
Yeah.
because I have to take tablets for exactly that. So
Yeah, me too. Me
So-
too.
Good news.
I know it can be controlled, but I think they probably want to see if he has any more
Yeah.
before. I mean, it could be that he was an epileptic or has been for some time, and it might just be that his medication went.
Yeah.
We wish him the best anyhow, don't we?
Yeah.
Any news on the Bristol
Yeah.
guy who had the very bad neck injury? Any
He was
news
out
on
of
him?
hospital the same day, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
No, apparently it was the second time he'd been carried off in these circumstances in fairly quick succession. So, anyway, and as you all know, we've now got Heckingbottom back in charge with Stuart McCall as his assistant and Jack Lester joining the team. So it's all
Full dodgy.
eh?
The full dodgy.
Yeah, the
Jack
full
Lester.
dodger. Jack Lester. Yeah.
Is that a good move, Keith, Chris?
I'd rather not comment.
Try the no.
I'm beyond comment. I'm beyond comment.
Sounds like amateur hour to me.
We have a plan now, so we've got the right man for the plan. But the previous guy we didn't have a plan, and it became obvious that he wasn't the right man, but he is now. And it's baffling. Keith, you were probably at the press conference.
No, I wasn't.
All right,
I wasn't.
okay.
I've
I watched the whole thing, and I could hear the press. I could hear their minds, and they were just like baffled.
Yeah.
I wish the current guy and Stuart McCall. That's great. I wish them all the very best, but they aren't half going to need it.
Yeah. I like
Yeah.
Stuart McCall. Yeah.
Yeah.
We ain't going to be buying, but we will be doing quite a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
But don't
So
worry,
we
our
also
team in
wanna-
Belgium and Saudi Arabia might be doing very well.
Yeah.
Mm.
Obviously, we won again on Sunday as well. In Division 1, Wednesday's remarkable run, unbeaten run continued, despite being held by Wickham. They'd won in midweek against MK Dons. When Dean Windass Josh Windass scored the luckiest goal he's ever going to score after missed kicking. And
Oh yeah.
All top strikers do that.
they all count.
All top strikers do it, don't we, Paul?
Yeah, he meant that.
He meant it. Yeah.
It's all
Right.
a dummy.
It was a dummy.
Dummy.
Yeah. Well, we've got less than a minute to go. So
And my tradesmen have just arrived.
Hey.
we'll wrap up this half and we'll start again in 5 minutes. Okay, chaps?
Okay.
Okay.